mambo, mambo Italiano, hey, hey, mambo, mambo Italiano, go, go, go. You mixed up a Siciliano, all you Calabrese do the mambo like a crazy with a hey, mambo.
I'm all about raising the British seasonal veg flag over authentic Indian dishes, and there's no better place to start than with this beautiful British Tenderstem broccoli. Vegetables like this make an Indian chef's heart really sing because they're so robust and so full of flavours and generous in the pan. They behave so well with the other spices, and it doesn't take much to make them into something quite special. So I want to show you a little alternative to your boiled broccoli by showing you a dish that involves mustard seeds as a head note and a squeeze of lemon as our finishing flavour in a very simple broccoli curry. So this is how we start. The way we start with Tenderstem broccoli is by dividing the vegetable into its two constituent parts. Each part behaves quite differently in the pan, but they both give something very unique. The stems, hard-working, but they give a very sweet, nutty flavour to any dish. Whereas the florets are a little bit darker, a little bit more full of iron, and you get a slightly deeper, richer flavour coming out of the florets. Both beautiful. So we start by slicing the stems into small chunks. And those are simply going to go into some hot oil in a second. And the florets then separate into these beautiful tree-like creatures. So we start the Indian way by heating a little bit of oil in the pan. Just a couple of tablespoons, just enough, into which we can drop our head note spice, the spice that's going to give this beautiful broccoli its unique flavour today. As soon as those seeds begin to splutter and pop, we're ready to go in with our vegetables. So we put the stems in slightly before the florets, just to give them a head start on softening. And as soon as the stems begin to soften, you go in with your florets. Just stir that broccoli into that perfumed oil, and we're ready for our second spice, which is a little bit of turmeric. Turmeric, a beautiful ground root that gives every curry a earthy undertone that's so essential. And this combines so beautifully with the green of the broccoli, the green flavours that come out of the broccoli. They really balance each other. So we keep that on quite a low heat now and just let that dish begin to soften. Then we go in with our third spice and final spice, which is a little hint of chilli powder. We put a little bit of chilli powder in Indian dishes to give a little bit of heat, but also a great deal of flavour. That's what it's there for. It's one of the three important spices in curries: the turmeric, the chilli, and your head note spice. Our broccoli is beginning to soften now, and it's beginning to almost caramelise in the hot oil, so it just adds to the sweetness and the various layers of flavour that go through this dish. We're coming to the closing stages of the curry, and we need to consider our finishing flavours, which with vegetables are salt, sweet, sour, bitter, astringent. I'm going to add a little bit of salt to this dish because this broccoli is so beautifully sweet anyway, we really don't need any sugar. And a finishing flavour that works so well with these brassicas is a squeeze of lemon juice. We just allow those flavours to combine in the pan and the dish is almost done. As soon as your broccoli is soft, it's ready to eat. And this makes, as you can see, such a wonderful alternative to the steamed and boiled broccoli with a knob of butter. In India, this would be a perfectly acceptable, in fact a wonderful main dish. But here, why not try this as a side? It complements any meat, any main course, absolutely wonderfully. This dish is extremely quick, extremely healthy and simple, full of flavour. So do something exotic with your Tenderstem broccoli. This vegetable longs to be pampered. It shouldn't just be relegated to the boiling pans of the 1980s. Try something different.
Like a bean. Kid, you good looking, but you don't know what you're cooking, do you? Hey, mambo, mambo Italiano. Hey, mambo, mambo Italiano. Ho, ho, ho. Mixed up a Siciliano. Hello, quesadilla. You get happy in the pizza when you mambo Italiano.